Want to learn about best practices to help you maximize the revenue potential of your skills? You've come to the right place. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Sanjeev, and I'm a Principal Product Marketing Manager in the Alexa team. I'm responsible for enabling skill builders with the right resources to monetize their Alexa skills using features such as in-skill purchasing and the Alexa Shopping Kit. Later on, I'll be joined by my colleague Sid Dubey, who's the Principal Product Manager in the Alexa monetization team. He builds features that enable third-party Alexa skill builders to create sustainable revenue-generating businesses through their Alexa skills. In today's presentation, we are excited to share learnings, tips, and best practices that we have gathered through our interviews of developers that have successfully monetized their Alexa skills. We have married this interview feedback with quantitative evaluation to offer you a comprehensive guide to optimally monetize your skills. An announcement before we begin. If you're joining us through the On24 console, please be sure to check out all the engagement widgets on the screen. For those who are joining us live through our social channels, feel free to use the chat as we're here to answer your questions. Before we get into the agenda for today's presentation, let's take a video sneak peek into how skill builders can make money using their Alexa skills.
Say hello to Sarah. Sarah likes to start her day with a sun salutation, followed by an Alexa meditation skill that she paid to use. We call these paid skills, whereby skill builders can generate revenue by offering customers the option to purchase access to the Alexa skills they have developed. After work, Sarah's ready to play an Alexa adventure game to relax. As she's playing, Alexa surfaces a game expansion pack that unlocks additional scenarios and questions in the adventure story. We call this in-skill purchasing, or ISP, and it enables skill builders to sell premium content within their skills. There are 3 kinds of in-skill purchases: subscriptions that offer access to premium content or features charged on a recurring basis, one-time purchases that unlock features or content that don't expire, and consumables that are features or content your customers can stock up on, use, and buy again. When it comes to paid skills and in-skill purchases, you get to keep 80% of all the revenue your skill generates. Alexa also offers an additional 10% in the form of revenue or promotional credits. Now, back to Sarah and her adventure game. She seems excited. Guess what? Alexa lets her know there's a holiday discount on the game expansion pack she was going to buy. Sarah thinks, game on. We call these Alexa skill deals. They enable skill builders to offer limited time discounts on their paid skills or in-skill purchases, making their skills even more attractive to customers. After her gaming, Sarah is all pumped up and ready for an Alexa fitness workout. At the end of her workout session, Alexa congratulates Sarah on a great job and asks her if she's interested in a new set of dumbbells so that she can take her workouts to the next level. Welcome to the Alexa Shopping Kit, a consolidated set of features that enable skill builders to help customers discover, research, and purchase relevant products available on Amazon, like those dumbbells for Sarah. As part of the Alexa Shopping Kit, we are also bringing one of the largest affiliate programs in the world, Amazon Associates, to Alexa. It enables skill builders to earn up to 10% commission on qualifying product purchases that are referred from their skills. With so many ways to monetize Alexa skills, skill builders are now in a stronger position than ever. Just like Sarah. You've developed your skills. Now, it's time to grow your business on Alexa. Alexa, good for skill builders like you. Good for your customers.
Now that we have seen how third-party skill builders can make money with Alexa, let's get to what we'd like to cover today. Our focus in today's webinar will be on in-skill purchasing, or ISP. We will define the stages in the ISP lifecycle and will share the best practices at each stage to help you maximize the revenue potential of your Alexa skills. We will end the session by sharing what's coming in the second half of 2023 as it relates to ISP. We divide an Alexa skills journey as it relates to ISP into 5 stages. The first is discovery and engagement. We call this the pre-ISP stage because purchases in your skill through ISP can happen only if you have sufficient customers who are engaging with the free content within your skill. The second stage is design. Designing a premium experience needs to be done in a thoughtful manner so that customers perceive the incremental value before they are willing to pay for that experience. The third stage is upsell. This stage is important because this is the first time you'll be introducing customers to the premium ISP experience within your skill. The fourth is pricing. Pricing, as you all know, is part math and part art. Price too high, customers won't sign up to pay. Price too low, and customers won't see the value. The final stage is optimization or evaluation. ISP is not a set and forget tool, right? So you should periodically evaluate the premium experience to ensure it is appealing to customers. Now that we are on the same page on the ISP stages, let's dive deep into best practices you can follow at each stage to optimize your ISP experience. First up, I'm going to briefly describe what you can do to improve the discoverability and engagement of your Alexa skills. You'll notice that some of the features I described here are in developer preview or beta, while others are generally available. You'll find the links to these features either by searching within the Alexa developer portal, developer.amazon.com/Alexa, or by accessing links in the notes section when this webinar is posted on our Alexa Devs YouTube channel. Let's first look at two features that are generally available. Firstly, we have a feature called Quick Links that allows you to create a web link to launch a skill. You can share this on social media, in emails, or even in text messages to friends. It removes the ambiguity around, is this the right skill, or how do I launch a skill, and improves the discoverability of your skills. Secondly, we launched a feature called Sync Locales, which enables you to make changes to the primary locale of your skill and lets Alexa propagate those changes to other locales of the same language. This feature reduces development effort to reach a wider international audience, thus driving skill engagement. Finally, we announced two features at Alexa Live 2022 that we believe will radically improve skill discovery and engagement. The first is the Alexa Routines Kit, which enables you to offer your skill as part of pre-built routines to customers during their skill interactions. Customers, as you all know, often create routines from scratch using the Alexa mobile app by specifying triggers, like say when a customer dismisses an alarm in the morning, and actions, when a customer turns on the kitchen light, turns on the coffee maker, or plays the morning playlist. While this experience provides customers with the flexibility to be creative with their routines, it does take some effort to set up. To make this experience better for both customers and skill developers, we conceived the concept of pre-built routines, offered either through the Alexa mobile app or during customers' voice interactions with Alexa. Since routines promote habitual behavior, your skill becomes a part of your customers' daily lives, generating recurring traffic. The numbers are there for us to see. The monthly engagement for customers using a skill in a routine is 7 times higher, and their 6-month retention is 8 times greater compared to customers who don't use that skill in a routine. And the second feature that we want to talk about is promoted skills. It'll provide you with a new, simple, but effective way to promote skills on Echo Show home screens. You can set up paid promotional campaigns for your skill in less than 5 minutes, and you'll also be able to view performance and attribution metrics that are updated on a daily basis. So we are working very hard to make the Alexa Routines Kit and the promoted skills generally available soon. So stay tuned. Smart Skills is a skill building agency that has built more than 1,000 Alexa skills. In this anecdote, Nicola, the CEO of this firm, emphasizes the need to leverage self-serve tools that Alexa offers and also consult with the Alexa Skills Insight team to improve the quality of your base skill. Once you build your skill to be a high-quality one, you can leverage some of the features mentioned in the prior slide to boost discovery and engagement so that your skill is well-positioned to capitalize on the monetization opportunity through ISP once your premium content is ready. Now that we have seen what you can do to improve skill discovery and engagement, let's move on to another foundational phase, design. In order to effectively monetize your skills, you need to design a skill that inspires your customers to want to keep coming back. From a design standpoint, there are 3 areas that you need to focus. 1, create the best possible free experience first. 2, develop a differentiated premium experience that also enhances the value beyond your free experience. And 3rd, determine the right type of ISP experience to offer. We'd like to mention at this point that the key use cases and skills for which Alexa customers are willing to pay for the premium experience are ambient sounds, games, particularly trivia and role playing games, humor, and lifestyle, such as stories. Number one, the design of the baseline free experience within your skill must be optimal to inspire your customers to keep coming back. It's much easier to sell to a customer that has had prior positive experience with your skill. So follow the best practices shared in the Alexa design guide to create the best possible free experience within your skill. With a stable foundation of good content, you'll be able to effectively monetize the premium content within your skill. Basically, 3 steps here, right? So you hook your customers with the free content, build trust, and then fulfill their desire for more premium content. Secondly, we want to offer enough free content to build sufficient trust and intrigue with the customer so that they feel compelled to say yes to learn more about the ISP when you offer one. There's no exact number or percentage of free to paid content that you should offer. It depends on the unique content in your skill, so you'll want to find the balance between too much and too little free content. If you give too much free content away, your customers may not be inclined to purchase the premium experience. So we advise that you ask yourself 4 questions. How much content will a customer need to experience to understand the skill's functions? 2, what kind of content do customers already pay for today on other digital platforms and for other similar Alexa skills? 3, what content would a customer find so valuable that they would pay to continue engaging with it? And 4, and finally, will upselling premium content enhance or detract from the customer experience? Using this 4-question framework will help you draw a firm line between the free and premium experience within your skills. Finally, there are 3 types of ISPs. Subscriptions, which allows customers to pay a flat recurring fee for access to content until they cancel. One-time purchases, which allows customers to buy content or features in a skill, like say a theme pack in a trivia skill. And consumables, which allows customers to purchase content or features that can be depleted and purchased again and again. Examples being hints in a trivia skill or lives in an adventure game. It's not necessary to offer all the 3 types of ISPs within your skill. Provide the one that makes the most sense for your skill. By far, the most popular monetizing option is subscriptions. For an optimal subscription experience, you should provide a large catalog of content, offer an experience that cannot be consumed entirely within the access period, and that you update the content frequently for freshness. For one-time purchases, ensure the experience provides value, enhances the free experience, and inspires the customer to repurchase. For consumables, ensure the premium experience offers a temporary enhancement of the free experience. Smart Voice Studio is a skill building agency based in India, and they specialize in ambient sound skills. See how they went about creating a differentiated premium experience by pursuing some very basic research about other ambient sound skills and identifying a niche that was unmet. Now that we've talked about design, let's dive deeper into upsells. The upsell is your first opportunity to introduce the premium experience or content to a customer. So it obviously has to make a great impression. There are 3 aspects to an upsell: the message itself, when you present an upsell to a new customer, and the frequency or interval with which you repeat the upsell. So now let's look at each aspect one at a time. Let's start with the upsell message. Tip number 1, an upsell message guides your customers towards a purchaseful experience within your skill and should be no longer than 30 or 45 seconds. You will lose your customers if your upsell is long-winded, so it should be simple, friendly, and concise. So here is an example from a popular ambient sound skill. It has all aspects of a good upsell. 1, the transition from a free experience to a premium one. 2, differentiation between the free and premium experience, and a clear call to action. And all these 3 aspects are covered with a short upsell. Tip number 2, have one clear call to action so that customers know how to respond to an upsell. And this call to action needs to be friendly rather than aggressive. Always be cognizant that the customer experience comes before the intent to monetize your skill. If customers perceive the upsell and the call to action to be pushy, they will not respond positively to the upsell. So in this example, you can see a very simple call to action. and it's preceded by a clear articulation of what a customer will get from the premium experience and for what they'll be signing up. Tip number 3, a key aspect of an upsell message is a transition that acknowledges the customer's current experience so that it feels less intrusive. So basically, avoid making your upsell abrupt. Always present an upsell in the context of the customer's current experience so that it doesn't look jarring and that there is some continuity. In this example, you can see that the developer offers a transition that also explains the why behind the premium experience. Tip number 4, in order for customers to pay for your premium content, they need to see the incremental value that they get beyond what they receive from the free content within your skills. The most optimal way to make customers see value is clearly differentiating what they'll get from the free and the premium experience within the upsell message. Clarity in the value will help your customers make a decision on whether they want to purchase the premium content or not. In this example, you can see that the developer succinctly signals the incremental value customers will get from the premium content, such as enhanced sound quality and longer looping. Finally, communicating the offer of a free trial provides customers with the comfort that they have the chance to experience the premium content before paying for it. Next, let's talk about upsell placement. In our analysis of top monetizing skills, we found that skills that presented an ISP upsell the very first time to a new customer reported the highest revenue and conversion in signing up for a free trial. However, we also noticed that those same skills had more negative customer reviews due to aggressive upsells and lower paid customer conversion. Hence, in studying the impact on all metrics, we recommend that skills present their ISP upsell to new customers the second time they interact with the skill. We found that the first instance is too soon, as customers do not have the chance to evaluate the free content. The third time is too late, as the skill might lose out on potential premium customers. We landed on the second session or instance because we felt that if new customers are willing to engage with your skill again, they see some value and will be receptive to hearing about premium content options. And the optimum upsell message placement within the second session or instance should be at the end of the first round of interaction, preferably to give customers a chance to refresh their understanding of the skill. And if that's not possible, at least in the welcome message of the skill. The upsell interval is also a key factor in keeping customers engaged. You should carefully study customer behavior to dynamically determine the optimal upsell interval. If new customers say no when the upsell is presented during their second skill session, it is a signal that they would like to experience the free content for some more time. So don't upsell to such customers in the very next session. Let them take the time with your skill. Extend the upsell interval depending upon how many times a customer says no. The more the number of no's, the longer the interval between upsells. For example, if customers do not sign up for a free trial in the second session, the next time they should receive an upsell can be, say, after 3 more sessions. If they still say no after 3 more sessions, the next time they should get an upsell will be 4 sessions after that. Basically, wait for a longer interval before presenting the next upsell. At some point, you might realize that some customers don't want to purchase the premium content and are probably happy with your free content. So now that we have reviewed the best practices in the first 3 stages of the ISP journey, discovery, design, and upsell, I'd like to now pass the baton to Sid to review tips on pricing and optimization.
Thanks, Sanjeev. Hi all, I'm Sid, a product manager with the Alexa monetization team, here to take on the baton from Sanjeev as we move to the next big questions that come up in the minds of developers. 1, what should I be charging customers? And 2, how do I know if I'm leaving opportunity on the table? At Alexa, we provide tools and insights to make it easy for skill builders to continuously iterate in order to get to answers to these questions. Let's start with the basics that make it easy to identify a price to charge. Alexa has already established pricing guardrails for every country. In the US, your product can be priced between 99 cents and $100. And depending on which country you're planning to launch in, you can look at the country's minimum maximum thresholds. A link to the guardrails is available in the notes of the presentation. Now, determining the price of a product heavily depends on the content being sold, costs that you may incur, your potential profit margins, and your customer's willingness to purchase. However, we would advise keeping your prices under or at the price of similar Alexa skills or alternative services that could compete with your customers' attention outside of Alexa. For example, subscriptions priced in the double digits every month start to compete with a number of music and video streaming services, at which point customers may start to make trade-offs. We've provided average prices across all ISP types in order to baseline your starting price. However, there is still a heavy dependence on the quality of the skill and the amount of content in your skill that resonates with a customer. Drew Crossgrove was one of our first developers to launch skills in the UK back in 2016. Check out how he utilized his customer base and peer research to determine the ideal price points for his products. Determining the optimal price is an iterative experience, and the best way to lock down your price is to chart out the purchase conversion rate across different price points. In this graph, we've tried to demonstrate an example where we launched a product at 99 cents, and gradually, over the coming weeks, we increased the price of the product by 50 cents, always monitoring the purchase conversion rate for the week. We typically recommend starting low and increasing your price gradually, giving you time to add features, justifying the price increase. At a certain point, when the purchase conversion rate starts to drop drastically, as evidenced in the graph above, at the $349 price point, it's time to ask yourself if the increase in price justifies the decline in the number of customers. There are a couple of other ways you can optimize your purchase experience, especially when it comes to prices or price-relevant parameters. Alexa Skill Deals was a tool announced last year that helped developers set up discounts across all of their products that ran for limited time windows for just new customers. These deals can be set up within a couple of days during high traffic events, and you can monitor purchase conversion for these new sets of customers. This is one way of allowing your customers to try products at a low offering until they feel comfortable paying full price. Another way to get customers to try and truly see the value add in your products is to play around with free trials. We always recommend offering a free trial and see most developers offer a free trial between 10 to 15 days. However, determining the exact free trial length also depends on the number of skill launches your customers take forward within a week and the amount of time it typically takes customers to understand the value proposition in your skill, and if the customers have a use case that your skill solves for. Todd from TMSoft was an early adopter of voice technology and utilized ISP to cover streaming costs and facilitate ongoing development. In order to convince customers on the value that lay in his premium product, he set up a free trial utilizing engagement time instead of number of days that helped to boost his purchase conversion rates. Now that you've got your product set up with the right price and details, it's all about regular monitoring and optimization. You have all the tools to carry out this process already included within the Alexa Developer Console that can be used to optimize the purchase experience for your skill. The monetization section within the Analytics tab in your skill, focused solely on monetization metrics, can help you understand how your customers are reacting to your purchasable content. Let's start with a really basic best practice. Grab a paper and sketch out your purchase funnel. You can break your purchase funnel down into many nuanced stages, but at a high level, there are 4 primary ones: discovery, upsell, conversion, and retention. Then get a family member or a person unfamiliar with your skill to interact with the product and note down the challenges they face as they navigate through each stage of the purchase funnel. Can they easily find the skill? Do they understand what is being offered? Have they used the skill a sufficient number of times before being hit with their first upsell? Do they clearly understand the difference between the free content and the paid content through your upsell message? Would they buy it if they didn't know you? These 5 questions can help with the initial diagnosis, which is an important first step, and helps point out gaps in your skill that you can immediately start to address. The next step is to understand the metrics to focus on within each stage of the funnel, starting with discovery. Purchases in your skill can happen only if customers are engaged with your skill. If your customers are not spending enough time in the skill, or there are too many failed sessions, those need to be resolved even before working on upsell messaging. During the discovery stage, customers are spending time engaging with your skill, especially when they're still figuring out what your skill does. At this stage, your skill is free for them to use. The lack of a cost barrier makes it essential for you to spend that time effectively, ensuring that the customer sees value in your skill. To design the most optimal experience for your customers, start with the number of customers, the number of sessions, and utterance metrics, which offer you a view into the engagement of your free skill, and use this to determine the total audience you can sell to. Only once you have sufficient traffic does it make sense to dedicate efforts to optimize your purchase experience. We worked on the discovery piece to increase the number of users engaging with your skill. However, every time you try and convince them to purchase your product, do they understand what the skill is offering extra? An upsell lasts less than a minute, and you have that window to convince the customer it's worth making a purchase. If you play it more than 4 to 5 times without a yes, you're going to start turning away customers, telling you something needs to change in the upsell. Try not to upsell your customer more than once a day. If you hear several no responses, consider reevaluating your upsell message. The offer conversion rate, which is defined as the number of customers that say yes to your upsell message, gives you insights into whether your price and free trial days resonate with customers and encourages them to purchase. An average offer conversion rate for well-designed skills ranges from 7 to 10%. Building a sustainable business is all about the long game, which requires updates. Unless your product is engaging, customers are not going to keep coming back to your skill. What's more, they won't be happy with their purchase if they exhaust your content within their first day or week before starting to hear the same responses. That's where the trial to conversion rate and churn metrics come in. Trial to conversion gives you an inkling of whether customers are happy with their purchase and are able to understand the paywalled content within the trial period. It usually ranges anywhere from 70 to 90%. Churn tells you the percentage of customers whose subscriptions have either expired or have been canceled. A majority of cancellations are customer initiated, with the most common reasons being lack of new content or not worth the price I'm being charged regularly. Typically, successful skill builders see churn rates hover between 5 to 15%. If you're seeing abnormally high churn rates, see how you can refresh your content so that your customers continue to see value in paying for it. You can look at your skill reviews to help get ideas on areas to improve your skill. Healing.fm has developed upwards of 30 Alexa skills, including Japanese garden sounds and beat sounds. In order to grow their business, they have relied heavily on using the analytics dashboard to constantly monitor the results of their experiments. User research indicates that customers view skills for the first time in a way that's very similar to how they view physical products on Amazon.com. In that when trying to make a purchase decision, they look at the ratings and the reviews. Reviews also give clear instructions on fixing the skill. Typical negative reviews around purchasing center around excessive upselling, limited voice intents, inability to understand the customer, not enough information before making a purchase, and prices that do not justify the content. Write down all the keywords from the negative reviews on a board under each stage of the funnel and pick each one up one at a time. Try to fix it and track its corresponding metric and keyword over the next few weeks until you improve it. So what's coming later this year? We will be introducing a bundling feature that has been asked for quite some time, especially by developers who are playing around with different types of ISPs. Bundling will allow developers to group all their ISP products together as a single unit that can be offered to a customer. Purchasing the bundle product will give customers access to all your individual ISPs while eliminating the customer difficulty in managing several different products. Marketing across all of Alexa channels will also be easier, as now developers primarily only have to worry about upselling a single ISP product rather than 2 or more ISPs. We'd like to leave you with 2 things. One is the primary resource from which you can obtain information on all things skill monetization on Alexa. Please bookmark this page, as it is our single source of information on skill monetization, best practices, new features, success stories, and more. Next, we'd like to share anecdotes from developers who have followed the best practices described in this presentation to build sustainable businesses on Alexa using ISP. Let me give you a moment to read these. We hope this inspires you to optimally adopt ISP or refine your ISP experience to add value to your customers and to maximize the revenue potential of your skills. As we come to the close of our session today, I just wanted to run through the highlights. We started off with sharing all the different ways in which you can monetize your Alexa skills. Then we focused primarily on ISP and the best practices at each stage of the ISP experience. We hope you found these to be helpful and can utilize them to optimally adopt or refine the ISP experience within your skills. We ended the presentation with exciting news about the opportunity to potentially bundle ISP products while selling to customers. We are eager to get this feature in your hands as soon as possible. Sanjeev, I, and our colleagues in the Alexa team are available on the Alexa Developer Community Slack channel to answer any questions you might have. You can message us directly to ask questions, and we are happy to help you maximize the revenue potential of your Alexa skills. This is a vibrant community of 3P developers who are eager to help each other out. So join today and learn from the experience of your peers. And finally, before you go, please let us know how we did. We view these webinars as great opportunities to inform you about new and cool features and best practices, and we use your feedback to make these sessions even more engaging in the future. Please take a few minutes to provide your feedback. Thank you once again for attending the session, and have a great rest of your day.